everyone. This is Tina from Tiaza's Treasures, and today I have for you the April, not the May, the April Hero Arts Kit. I've got a quick card I am doing, but first I'm going to show you real quick what's in this kit, in case you forgot. It came with this real pretty floral background stamp, and it came with the stencils that you can use to color it. You can color everything but the little bees that are on there. And it came with a matching frame cut for two of the flowers, most of the big ones, and there's a small one. And it came with a word die that says amazing. It also came with these add-on stamps. I say add-on, they add on to the sentiment, which, it just says you can be like, or have an amazing Mother's Day and all sorts of stuff like that. And then it came with these little enamel dots, which come in like a dot, a oval, a heart, oval, and a circle with these different colors that complement the kit. You also get a blending brush and 4 of the ink cubes. So today I'm using some watercolor cardstock that came in a kit, a hero's kit from a while ago, and this is going quicker than I can talk. So I'm going to be using some Yuli watercolors to color. And I got those from Etsy, and they're just a sample, but they've got some amazing metallic colors that are so pretty on black. And so what you see me doing here is using my anti-static tool, and I am going to try to stamp on this background stamp. My husband is yelling in the background. I hope you don't hear him. I told him I was doing a voiceover, but you know, men, he knows he has to be quiet and then he forgets in 5 minutes. So anyway, I did this without using my Misty at first, and I'm just showing you how I did it. And I think I moved the cardstock because I was looking at that and I'm like, no. So it just didn't turn out. So I ended up using the Misty. And the second time, which is what I believe we're on now, turned out. And I'm just using some gold embossing powder. And, I don't know about you, but even with the anti-static tool, I still seem to get little specks of powder on my cardstock. So, I figured I was going to watercolor, so it wasn't going to make a big deal because you're not going to see tiny little specks. So I heated that up, and now I am just starting to watercolor. That first one I started watercoloring, and you don't see it on camera because I thought I had too much water, and I just kept painting that flower thinking this is too much water, but it was too pretty to stop. And then I'm like, I better get the camera going. So you can see I've got it taped down. I don't have a board to tape down, but I need to get something because as I was doing this, I'm like, it's fine to tape it down to my glass mat so it doesn't warp, but you can't really turn the cardstock around then as you're doing it, which didn't make a whole lot of difference, but it could. And I'm not going to show myself painting the entire thing, so I probably spent too much time on this painting the leaves and not enough of the flowers for you to see. And this is sped up, I want to say, almost 8 times, so I do not paint this quick. But it's really easy to watercolor, and these colors are just gorgeous. For the big flowers, the big roses, I think they are, I did each one of them in a different color, but the leaves I tried to do in the same color. I used 3 greens, but depending on the leaf, I used the same green per leaf. Leaf, yeah, something like that. So anyway, this is going to be a Mother's Day card, and I am sending it to my amazing sister, even though, I can tell you that because she's not going to watch this video. But she's an amazing mom, and she's like many states over from me in Arizona. I'm in the Midwest, and I miss her a lot. And she, this year sent me some candy, and I'm like, you know what? I should send her a Mother's Day card. Our mother passed away in 2018. And so it's nice to be able to send her a card. So here I am. I've got that amazing specialty paper from Tonic, and I thought about using that on the background of this card. Um, and I do end up using it, as you'll see later. Here I am, I'm just trying to figure out, do I want to do this landscape or portrait? And I decide that I think portrait's going to look best because I want to draw the eye on all these florals. And I think by doing it portrait style instead of landscape, that you're going to be looking, you know, more at the sentiment instead of the whole card itself. And here I cut out the middle, and I'm still trying to decide if I want, you know, that really lovely specialty paper. I think it's like a cotton handmade. And I end up deciding that I want to put gold cardstock instead behind it. Now you can see I've got it cut out where it says amazing. And I believe I have, I think I've got some adhesive sheets behind that for that, so I don't have to use the glue. I'm thinking, but I could, you know what? No, I think I'm wrong. I think I did glue that. I did this card like 4 days ago, and I'm just now getting around to doing the voiceover. And I edited it and let it sit, and I end up, I pop up the floral onto the gold, and then it doesn't want to move. So what I did was, yeah, I put the glue down on this, and you're going to see I glue it down, and I don't get it exactly even in the center of the card, which means that my gold frame around this black panel, it's not even on the sides, so I end up having to cut off some of it, and it turns out, you know, it ends up smaller than an A2 card. Now, if you watch me at all, you know I kind of tend to at least make one mistake per card, and I like to tell you about my mistakes because then I can tell you how I corrected them. And I think for most of us aspiring card makers, we need to know that as much as we need to know, you know, how to do some of these different techniques and what to do with them. So I'm putting the foam tape on my card because I'm going to pop it up, and so the amazing's going to be flat in the background, and you will see that I do end up, even though it is popped up, I still manage to get it into my guillotine trimmer, and I cut off some of that gold and make it a much smaller frame. And I am all out of frame here. You can't see what I'm doing. And that's the problem of when I'm kind of zoomed in, which I tried to be for you, because too often some of my cards, I make them kind of far away. Now, I tape with an iPhone, so it's kind of hard for me to zoom in and out, as you can see some card makers doing. I can't do that while I'm filming, you know. So someday I hope to get a dedicated camera that I can zoom in on while I'm filming, so I can show you exactly what I'm doing and then zoom out when I need to. But right now I don't have that luxury. But if you want to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, when I get enough subscribers, hopefully I'll get a real camera to film with. So I'm going to like pop that down. I'm trying to figure out which direction I'm going in. And there, I'm just going too quick. You're not able to see what I'm doing, but I end up bringing in that fancy schmancy paper here, and I am going to use a tape runner all over it. See, at least you can see this. I'm using the Simon Says tape runner on my Hero Arts card. But I've got a lot of these tape runners now. I've got so much adhesive that I'm like, even though I have some ATG tape dispensers, those big ones, I need to start using up some of my other tape, because I've just got a lot of these small little tape things, tape runners and dot runners and stuff. And so, but I am using liquid glue on the gold because I want to make sure that I get a really good, you know, good adhesion, I guess, on the specialty paper, because it's got all those like dips and valleys and everything else. And here I am. I'm trying to figure out, I want to use some of these sentiments so it just doesn't say amazing. I want it to say, I think, what do I end up having it say? You're an amazing mother, I think. No, have an amazing Mother's Day. I don't have the card in front of me. I mailed it out because I wanted to make sure it got there in time. And so that's why I'm having to guess what I did. So I heat embossed that with a sparkly gold glitter Heroes Arts embossing powder. And I am just going to put these on my card. I have my dog barking in the background. That's Bruce. He sounds like a big dog. He's like medium. I have Eddie, who isn't barking right now, but when you hear him bark, he sounds like a chihuahua, and he's a little fat, little Australian cattle dog mix. So have an amazing Mother's Day, these are saying. And hopefully you can get a good look at my card, because that's it. And I'm going a little out of frame. I do end up stamping inside and writing a nice note. I stamped some florals in there. So anyway, that was the card. Hope you enjoyed seeing what you could. Bye bye for now.